Okay, so I'm here with San Phillips. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. We've just had a nice chat, and I've got a cup of tea. Are you a tea or coffee drinker?
Both. Both. Seriously, both.
Yeah.
Black coffee in the mornings, tea during the day, lots and lots of water, all about hydration.
Sure. Yes. Look, I'm really bad. I probably don't even drink half a glass of water a day.
Oh, really? God, no, I chug loads.
I don't know how. I guess I'm a camel. So, give us a brief background about you. Who are you? What do you do?
Okay, so I am the head of promoter operations at a company called Kilimanjaro Life. We are a concert promoter and event producer. We also do some festivals, and I've been at Kili for 7.5 years now. But I've spent the last 25 or so years working in various sectors of live music. Very small stint at a record label in my early 20s, but otherwise I've been working at agencies and promoters and all sorts of acts, but mainly a lot of big rock acts because they tend to tour.
Mm.
So I've worked on Rolling Stones, Rod Stewart, Neil Diamond, Tom Jones, Beyonce. At the moment, I work on things like Simply Red, Andrea Bocelli, UB40, Hans Zimmer, you name it. I've probably worked on it at some point.
Yeah. And Sonosphere as well, UK.
Sonosphere was, the last one was 2014, which was absolutely glorious. But we decided not to do it again because, never say never, but it's very, very expensive to put on. And it's a lot of work. I cannot tell you how much work it is. I mean, it's basically people working ridiculous hours a day to try and make it all happen. So it would be lovely to do it again, but I just think that there's almost too many festivals and too many drains on people all trying to decide to go somewhere. So I think Download have got they've got the big rock crowd. Bloodstock do a more specialist thing. Plus you've got all the little festivals, the smaller ones that people go to. So I think it's all pretty covered in this country. It's a shame though because I loved working on it and personally I still really miss it.
Yeah. I did manage the 2014. That's the only one I did. And it was interesting. It's going to a rock festival because I've done every Download, so it's interesting just to go somewhere else, somewhere new. It was exciting.
Well, my boss actually set up Download Festival,
Ah.
so I worked on the first ever Download in Artist Liaison, and that was fun because all I had all weekend were people coming up to me going, "When are Metallica on?" And I'm like, "We're not allowed to refer to them as that. You have to call them Everest." And so I was like, ask me what time Everest are on and I can tell you. And so, because they played, were you at the first one?
Yeah.
Were you probably too young?
Nah, I went to that.
The first ever Download, so Metallica played a little secret set that wasn't a very well kept secret, and it was quite interesting. But of course, everybody ran off to go and watch them, and I was the only person left in the artist liaison area, and I couldn't leave it, so I didn't get to see them then.
Well, I missed it as well.
I did the Snake Pit on 20.
Okay. No, I didn't see them.
Okay.
I didn't know they were playing.
Well, I thought it was a really badly kept secret, but maybe we managed it. Maybe we did. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I felt a bit sorry for Audio Slave, who were headlining, and all people kept asking was, "When are Metallica on?"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Anyway, back to you. As you know, I'm doing a book and I'm asking everyone for a tip. So what would you like to tell us about your top tip for a band?
So my top tip for a band, which is not very exciting but is absolutely essential to any success, is to get the best team around you. I know that sometimes it's easy to get your mate from school to be your manager, or to get an agent, or to try and get an agent because you've heard of them and you think they may be able to get you playing really big gigs. But the thing to do is to get people who know what they're doing and understand what it is you're trying to achieve. So there's no point in getting the mate from school if they can't read a contract or they don't know how to manage your business affairs. You might as well get somebody who kind of understands that, or will be able to procure the people around you who know what they're doing. So, and it also makes sense if you get a decent agent, plugger. I actually don't believe you necessarily need to build the team until you get to the point where you can't handle the things yourself. There's no point in hiring a team expecting them to get you somewhere if you don't understand what it is you're trying to achieve and you're not going to put the work in yourself. I think I'm always really impressed by bands that go, I booked all of my own shows. I made a load of mistakes, but I did it myself. And you think, well, okay, you understand the issues, you understand the different types of deals, you understand door splits, guarantees, and so on and so forth. So nobody's expecting you to be an expert in everything, but as long as you know what it is you want to achieve, then you can build a team.
Absolutely. It's definitely worth researching this team as well.
When I was a kid, God, here we go. Yeah, when I was a kid, we never really... the only resources you had about music industry was the odd book. And you didn't have the internet. And the internet, I know people curse it and say there's a lot of misinformation, and there is, but there's loads of really good stuff on there as well. There's loads of really good resources. And I would listen to what bands were saying, but now you can have a look. And I mean, agencies and agents and promoters and managers and loads of people are interviewed now, and you can find out their story. It's just so good. And I'm finding stuff out all the time. If I want to know something about, I don't know, PRS rate or something, I can go and find it. I can go and read about it. And a lot of it isn't very sexy. It's business stuff, but it's worth knowing. And you can go and find it. So I find it fascinating.
Yeah, and well, you've got to put in the work, basically. If you don't put in the research.
Absolutely. And I mean, like I said, nobody's expecting you to be an expert, but I just think there's a naivety sometimes with some musicians where they think that all they need to do is write songs and play, and the rest of it goes by the by. But nobody's job is that. Nobody's job, no matter what they do, is just one thing. An author doesn't just sit and write books and then just send it to their editor and publisher and hope for the best. They have to actively be involved in the promotion of it and their vision for it, and they have to go out there and actively promote it. And it applies to musicians as well. Everybody has to do admin in their jobs, so get au fait with it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's my second tip. There you go.
Get au fait.
2 tips.
2 for 1. Yes, yeah, absolutely, and it also helps having done it yourself first as well, because then you're not going to have something go wrong later down the line when someone else is doing it. So you do need to learn to let go of control, but know what you're letting control go off, if that makes sense.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think understanding, for example, I mean, I've done deals, because I've been an agent in the past, and I've done deals with a flat guarantee, a guarantee versus a percentage of net sales, whichever's the greater, bar splits, all sorts of different things. And I think just doing it yourself, you get to understand what kind of deals are out there, and you're less likely to get ripped off. And that's the main thing. Not that people are necessarily ripping you off left, right and centre, but it is hard to make money from music. So doing it yourself and not having to pay somebody else to do it, especially at the beginning, is actually quite important.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just, with everything you learn, it will lead you to something else a bit better.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your tips.
That's quite all right.
How about a quick must listen to? What band is piquing your interest at the minute?
At the minute, I'm loving Bokassa.
Oh.
But I quite often, I love Charger, which is a Rancid offshoot band. I'm a massive Rancid fan. And of course, AC/DC are releasing a new album this week. And as they're my all-time favourite band in the world, my vinyl's on its way. I've ordered the limited edition shoes. I'm just, I'm excited about lots of things at the moment. So, yeah, I'm loving all of that. What else am I listening to? I tend to just like a good old putting my music on shuffle and seeing what happens. I love the fact that I can get some, I could be listening to Discharge 1 minute and the next second there'll be something like Prince come on. I'm just happy with that. But yeah, I'd say that my excitement for AC/DC is very, very high, because that to me is like slipping into a comfortable warm bath, and just makes me feel very happy.
Yeah. See, I always knew that Brian would be back.
I was hopeful. I can't tell you how disappointed I was at the whole Axel DC thing. I was one of the 20,000 people that got a refund on their ticket for the London show, and I was so upset. Me and my husband went off to Vienna for the weekend to go to a festival there, where which I was kind of work related for me, and I was watching Iggy Pop whilst Axel DC were playing in London, and I think DC. I did the best thing.
But he was only a stand-in, though. It wasn't like he was a member of the band.
I don't care. I don't care. I can't listen to Guns N' Roses anymore. It's hilarious. They come on and I'm just like, no.
See, the thing
it
was,
really got to me.
They never announced that he was out of the band. That's the thing. They only said he can't sing.
The thing is, I think a lot of people, and Mr. Jerry Ewing, will agree with me on this, because he's another huge AC/DC fan. It was just, that's not my band. That's not Ben. And I know a lot of people said, you should give it a chance. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm going away for the weekend. So I did.
Well, you know what you like. You like what you like.
Exactly. And I just, whenever anybody asks me what I'm listening to, it really puts me on the spot, because there's always so much.
Yeah.
There's always so much. I've been listening to The Damned a lot lately as well. The Damned and Discharge a hell of a lot. Yeah, and I've been buying quite a lot on Bandcamp at the moment as well. I love Bob Vylan. Oh yes, they're a good one. Listen to Bob Vylan. Fantastic.
There we go.
Horror, I listen to a lot. Yeah, there's just so much out there at the moment. And Show Me the Body, they're fantastic.
Okay. Well, that's
it's
good
all
tips.
coming to me now.
Yeah.
Stuff that I'm listening to.
You'll have to make a playlist. Is there a Kilimanjaro Spotify playlist?
Well, it's me. It's Sans playlist. But I'll Skype you some tips. But yeah, loads of different stuff. I'm really into buying a lot of vinyl at the moment. Being at home, so having the time to listen to it. And also I've been listening to a lot of older stuff as well. Like, I love the band Paul. So I've been listening to their albums, Death to Traitors, and the original one, the first one with Dragline. So I've been listening to them a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, just all sorts.
Good variety.
All sorts. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much again. It's great to see you.
Thank you.
It's been a while. Since the Crowbar was probably the last time I've seen you in person.
I know. And, we never go out anywhere anymore, do we? So.
No. Okay. Well, you have a good week and a good weekend.
Thank you so much, and same to you. And thank you for this. And drop me a line if you need any clarity on anything.
All right. Thank you very much. See you later.
Cheers.